if we think about the principles and practices of yoga as a whole, of mindfulness as a whole, if we're kind of looking at our bodies and our aging and our movement through that lens, I think it can kind of really help us with that, not being so attached to like, oh, I run like 15 miles every week, like this kind of ego driven, this is a part of my routine. And it can let us kind of practice that letting go of those attachments and looking at what does my body need right now in this moment and letting it evolve and adjust over time as we're aging.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm going to tell a story that's a little bit roundabout, but I think it's fitting into what you're saying. So most of us, we just want to feel good in our bodies. And we can get tripped up on either end of the extreme by focusing maybe too much on, "Oh, I don't feel like it today. I'm going to stay in bed." You know, that's one end of the extreme. And there's nothing wrong with that at times. Or the other end is like, yeah, I got to keep up my, you know, whoop metrics or whatever. Like I got to keep up my running mileage every week. But sort of dancing with what is hopefully one of the skills that those of us coming from a true yoga background, not just an asana background, but a true yoga background, is being able to observe and discern and to practice the self-inquiry that is at the heart of yoga. So in that self-inquiry, am I genuinely in need of a rest day? Am I genuinely in need of a restorative practice today? And very often you will be, perhaps 3 or 4 times a week, especially if you're pushing yourself hard 3 times a week. And very often the answer will be the opposite. Like, actually, you're going to feel better. You might not have slept well last night, but maybe part of the reason you didn't sleep well is because you didn't push yourself
Hmm.
in the last few days. And so finding that balance is really an extraordinary lifelong practice of honoring ourselves, honoring the natural rhythms of life, um, and letting go of rigidity and rigid thinking when it comes to this experience of being human.